Right, it is an unusually beautiful, clear fall day here in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm taking shameless advantage of it and getting a range day in. So I'm here on the range, and I'm going to be doing a video based on a request somebody made. I have no idea who made the request. You know who you are, you're awesome. Comparing my two FDL 3s. I've had this one for quite a few years, and for those of you that have been watching my channel know that I picked this one up in Denmark while I was in Europe. And they are... While they're both FDL 3s and therefore have a lot in common, they're about as different as two FDL 3s can get and still be FDL 3s. The one that I bought has the 40-round mag well. I can use the worker 40-round mags, though I typically don't. You can see I've got the scale adapters for the to make it take regular 22 or regular single stack stick mags. And then this, it's also semi-automatic. I think you can see the pusher in there. Very snappy, has a rev trigger, love it. This one is the super fancy one. This is the select fire. It is also half dart only and is, as you can see, considerably shorter. Now you can see, considerably shorter. They've got different front end kits in addition to having different mag wells. I suppose that would about be lining them up. Anyway, we're gonna plink with them. We'll start with the one that I first acquired, my semi-automatic one. This is my HVZ primary. And we'll get the red dot going there. And I'm going to start with my current go-to ammo, which is Adventure Force waffle heads, available wherever Adventure Force is sold. And yeah, this one's semi-automatic. I got it semi-automatic because it's my HVZ primary, and you only need the one dart to tag someone, so having select fire really wasn't very useful in that regard. But it is super accurate and super snappy, and I love it. And that is not full power. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up to full power, because I rarely get to use it at full power, so. A little too much power, actually. There we go. Loads of fun. Let's try another mag with different ammo. This used to be my go-to ammo, good old AccuFakes. But gone are the days when you could get 1,000 AccuFakes for 20 bucks, so switched out. Let's see if they work as well as I remember. Nothing's reaching out to the 50, but let's see if I can hit some bottles. I got one. Let's try the half dart one. It's neat. It has a little screen. And we can change things. Like it's currently only on 50% speed. We'll crank it up to 90, why not? We can also change the rate of fire. Rate of fire is at max. We can set the burst. I currently have it set for 1. I will be doing more later. And yeah. One thing I didn't know when I acquired this, the flames glow in the dark. So cool. Now, obviously, before I would ever take this to a public event, I would need to change this muzzle out for one that was orange. There's an awful lot of black on it. I'm not sure I would ever take this one to a big public event in general, but here in my range, it's perfectly fine. Turn on the optic. Both of these have Pinty optics that I've done reviews on. They're lovely. Let's see how this one works. What are you beeping about? I can hit a bottle. Oh no! Apparently my battery is getting low. Time to switch batteries. Right, fresh battery. Let's plink some more. Gonna hit a bottle. Well, I got one. I'll take it. Let's get another mag. Now for the big difference between this one and the other one. This one has select fire, so we can do burst. Don't you beep at me. And that is super cool. Let's do some full auto. Mag dump! Dual wield! And now for the blather portion. I'm sure people are going to ask, which one's my favorite? Which one do you think is better? I don't have a favorite, and I don't think one is better than the other. They are very different blasters, despite being FDL 3's and therefore having a lot of similarities. They are different enough to be useful in completely different situations. I got the semi-automatic. I actually did not intend to get the semi-automatic one. I should be honest. I meant to get a select fire one when I ordered this one, but I didn't check the right box, and so I ended up with the semi-automatic one, which I have since very much glad that I did so. It was Providence, I tell you, Providence. Because in my opinion, this one is far better for HVZ for a number of reasons. One shot, one tag is my philosophy in HVZ. You don't want to be putting 3 or 4 darts into each zombie because you will run out of ammo, and then you will get tagged. I also really like that snappy trigger. The mechanical pusher is just so smooth and snappy, and I absolutely love that. And being a mechanical pusher, it is inherently less prone to failure than an electronic pusher. There are more things to go wrong with this. You could have, the motor could get burned out, the motor could jam, the software could get muddled. There's all sorts of additional things that can go wrong with this one that can't go wrong with this one because it is a mechanical system. It is a simpler system and is therefore inherently more reliable. Now, does that mean this is going to fail every time and you shouldn't get one and you're a fool to have one? No, it just means statistically this one is more reliable. And that's just the nature of mechanical devices. So I love this one for HVZ. I like using full-size darts for HVZ. I can't carry as many magazines, but I still prefer it for reasons. Train? Amtrak, it'll be quick. And there it goes. This one, on the other hand, having select fire, I prefer this one for PvP, human versus human. Here on my arena, this is one of my favorite blasters for use in the CQB1. It's a little bit more compact. It's a svelte little SMG looking number, and I love that about it. And in the close quarters, high-paced, very short rounds that we play, burst is useful. You're more likely, if you pop off a 3-round burst, to get that person that's jumping between cover than if you had to line up a single shot. There's also a lot of cover, and trying to get between, small gaps in cover, again, putting a 3-round burst, you've got a better chance of actually getting through. And since our rounds are very short, typically 5 minutes or less, running out of ammo is less of a concern. Now, you can generally carry enough half-dart magazines to make it through a couple of rounds before you need to go reload. And in between rounds, you have plenty of time to reload. So, definitely loving this for the PvP, the CQB. Glad I picked it up. I do not regret it one little bit. It was worth every penny that I flung at that Dane to get it. And, I mean, it was in my colors. I couldn't turn it down. Need to change the barrel. Yes, I know. I just keep forgetting because I only ever use it here. I never take it in public. So, yeah. So that's my thoughts on the 2 FDL 3's that I have. Ugh, falling down the hill. If they were still available, I'd probably be tempted to get another one, but I don't know what other configuration I would need. I've got 40-round mag and 22-round mag. I've got half dart. I've got select fire. I've got semi-auto. I've got all the options covered with these 2. It is a shame that they are no longer available. That is a tragedy, and there doesn't seem to have been anything that really took its place. There are brushless builds. There are brushless builds for Strifes. There's probably a brushless build for the Spectrum now. But they're just not quite the same. The quality of these is just fantastic. Now, there are some stuff in the works some new blasters that I've seen prototypes for and things that I've seen, you know, in development that I don't know that I'm supposed to talk about, so I won't go into any details. But there are some neat stuff coming out that I'm looking forward to getting my hands on. But for now, these have both my PvP and my HVZ fairly well covered, and I am pleased with that. So there you go. There's my video on the FDL 3 platform. I'm gonna plink some more. Right, I said I could take the 40 round stick, so let's give it a try. See how well it actually works. Come on. I got them all. It only took all but that. That is a ridiculous amount of ammo. Huh. No major feeding issues. I appreciate that. I had heard a lot of stories about how the 40 didn't like to feed with anything but the freshest of darts, which, I mean, that's fair, I suppose. But I'd imagine that was also people trying to run it, you know, full auto or burst or whatever, and I'm using it nice and slow and semi-automatic and giving it time to feed. It doesn't chamber as well. It's also, they're a lot more expensive and you can't carry as many of them, but I mean, that's a lot of ammo. I may run it at some point just because you can just fling the foam. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. More. I haven't fired this one nearly as much as I have the full-length one. That one I use in all my big HVZs. This one I plinked plenty in Denmark with it, but I haven't really plinked much with it since I came home. I have used it here in the arena to wonderful effect. I particularly like it on 2-round burst. Round's complete. Should go through ammo in a hurry. Should get more Tachi mags. Train! I can plink through the noise. Are you beeping? I wonder how well the yellow will show up on camera. Let me know. How well did that show up? We'll top it off with some more dual wielding. Can't hit nothing. Thank you for watching.